Are you ready, man, for our first podcast,
Let's
man?
go. You.
I'm joined with Spanish the Man, and just wanted to say thanks to Spanish the Man, and I've got some questions for you, Spanish.
Awesome. Can you speak normally when you ask questions?
All right, I'll speak. Can you give us a brief, rundown of your history of bodybuilding?
Oh,
In 50 words or less.
50 words or less. Put me on the spot. 20 years, 18 years natural bodybuilding. Turned pro in 2017. I've won just about every title you can think of. Australian title, Queensland titles, world titles. I've won a pro show. I didn't win too many pro shows. Decided to go down the dark side, is what people would call it, and move over to the IFBB, which is where I'm currently at now. I've been in the industry for over 20 years, dealing with comp prep, Gen Pop clients. I'm a nutritionist as well, so can write meal plans, nutrition plans and that to help people out, lose weight, gain weight, whatever it is they want to do. And also the training side of things as well. So certified ASCA, level 1 trainer. So I can teach, sort of like a glorified PT, I guess you could say.
Yeah, sweet. So I'm unglorified and
Yeah,
you're
yeah,
glorified.
yeah.
All right,
Just
sweet.
a little bit extra training. Yeah, that's all.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
What's the number one issue that people have that stops them from going to reaching their goals?
Usually self-doubt, I think, to be honest. Lack thereof, and possibly even they don't have a plan.
Yep.
Do you know what I mean? They have an idea of what they want to look like and what they want to be and what they want to lift, for example, but they're like, how do I get there
Yep.
when I'm starting from here? So,
Yep.
I
So a
guess-
proper plan.
yeah.
Yep. Sweet.
Yeah.
And adherence. I'd assume that was probably.
Adherence.
Probably.
That's later on.
Yeah.
That's later on, mate. Yeah. You got to start first before you can be adherent. That's always a positive.
All right. First question. Sometimes I get asked this, and you've been asked a bunch of times in terms of when someone's trying to do weight loss, that they don't eat carbs at night.
All right. Don't eat carbs at night. Yeah. It's a bit of a myth. It's I don't know actually how it came about. I assume it comes about with the thought process of you eating carbohydrates as fuel and then going to bed. It means that you're not burning that fuel, therefore it just sits in your stomach and turns to fat. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's completely not true. Usually that would happen if you're overeating. So if your sweet tooth at night calls for 15 chocolate muffins, for example, and it doesn't fit your calories, which odds are they won't, yes, you're going to gain fat. So, however, if 15 chocolate muffins fit your calories, you could eat them late at night, first thing in the mornings, whenever you want. As long as it hits your total calories, then you're not going to gain fat. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Simply the time of day you eat the carbohydrate is irrelevant. Ideally, you'd like to have your carbs around your training though,
Yeah.
just for performance sake.
Yep.
But if you desire having a couple of oats or something at night, or a couple of biscuits or something, that's fine.
Yeah. Sweet. Or the second problem that people come to me with is they don't want to eat bread because
Oh, right.
it'll.
The old bread makes them fat.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know why they choose bread. Why do they choose bread?
Bread is just very addictive. I don't know what it is behind bread, but people love bread. Do you know what I mean?
I do. I don't mind bread myself. Bit of toast and that. It's not the end of the world.
Yep.
I don't know why bread alone as a carbohydrate would make you fat, as opposed to pasta
Yep.
or rice or
Yep.
fruit.
Yep.
Do you know what I mean? Like
Yep.
it's still a carbohydrate.
Yep.
Maybe it's because it's more processed. I'm unsure. But as far as it making you fat, no.
Yep. So the real thing is just calories in, calories out.
It is absolutely, mate. Yeah.
People are blaming certain foods instead of looking at their total consumption for the day.
Yep.
Perfect. What happens typically when someone just wants a one-off meal plan versus a varied one as you progress? What's the sticking point?
One-off meal plans are great. If you're looking to start, if you're motivated and you have a goal, one-off meal plan can get you to get the ball rolling. Odds are though you'll fall off the wagon eventually simply because the meal plan will get stale.
Yep.
Do you know what I mean? Like there's only so much grilled chicken you can eat before you get sick of it,
Yep.
and you want to change.
Yep.
And usually that's the point where your sticking point where you'll get to there and go, I'll just eat this. I'll just
Yep.
have one of those.
Yep.
Next thing you know, you're back to square one.
Yep. And do calories change as you lose weight?
Calories can change as you lose weight, absolutely. So the lower body weight you are, the less body fat, you'll
Yep.
become more efficient.
Yep.
So your body will become more efficient at processing calories. You find that you'll need to restrict calories, keep restricting,
Yep.
or increase your output
Yep.
in order to keep losing that body fat. Yeah.
How do you engage the intensity of a pre-workout? Is it the based on the itchiness that you get from
Based on the itchiness. That would be the beta-alanine there, Kevin. Not really, not necessarily. Most caffeine contents in pre-workout are around the 150, 200, 300 milligram.
Yep.
You get the occasional that are up around the 400.
Yep.
No, it's not the itchiness. Again, if you don't like the itchiness, look for a pre-workout that doesn't contain beta-alanine.
Can I get results without tracking my food?
Yes. If you're the sort of person that eats the same thing day in, day out, it's pretty easy.
Yep.
Simply reduce the volume of food you're eating or
Yep.
reduce the meal.
Yep. Does it become harder when someone decides to eat out and they don't know how to track their food?
Absolutely.
Yep. They could blow it all away on the weekend and then start from square one and then don't know where they're going.
And
I
the
guess.
cycle will continue. Yeah.
Yep.
I wonder why they're not losing weight.
Yep.
Absolutely. It's a common thing going out, eating out, and underestimating calories.
Yep.
There are a lot of hidden calories in restaurant foods. I often say go out and find a meal that has 5 or less ingredients in it if
Yep.
you're going to eat out.
Yep.
It's a good rule to have. That
Yep.
way you're pretty certain to know that there's whole foods in there and that it's easier to track.
Yep.
If you get something like a pasta or even pizzas, I guess, or you know, any sort of meat dish, chicken dish that's heaps of sauce, heaps of this, heaps of that, you're like, well, geez, how do I calculate that? The odds are you're not going to do it accurately.
Yep.
Calories are going to be too high.
Yep.
It doesn't matter whether you diet during the week or
Yeah.
not. Yeah.
So a basic understanding of tracking still is quite essential
It is,
to eating out.
It's beneficial, absolutely. Wouldn't you like to know what you put in your body?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I mean, some people find it a bit hard, but I
Yeah.
know how to track and I
Yeah.
know roughly how many calories are in things, so I can make adjustments. Just for the people that refuse to track, I guess results are very hard to come by because they just don't know what they're doing.
Yes, exactly right. They're guessing.
Yeah. So education is essential.
Education, yeah.
All right. What's the method behind using a 4-week program as opposed to changing the workouts weekly or 6 weekly?
All right. So I'm a big believer of not actually changing your program unless you need to. In saying that, the reason you would change your program is if you're stalling on a particular movement or an exercise, and you're simply not progressing. So if you're not progressing workout after workout, there's obviously something wrong with your programming. So either rep scheme needs to be changed or the exercise needs to be changed out itself. Then I would look at changing your program. The common thing of changing your program every 4 weeks or every 6 weeks has come about simply due to clients looking for variety.
Yep.
So, you know, they get bored with doing the same thing week in, week out. They're not pushing themselves in the gym essentially hard enough to actually see results and go, oh geez, I want to do this exercise. This program is working. I want to go to the gym. So, and that can be a number of factors, you know,
Yep.
life happens, I get it, you know. So essentially, if me personally, I would keep the same program the same exercises in a program for up to 6 to 8 months. And that's not even kidding. If I don't progress on an exercise, then I'll swap it out.
Oh wow! So a
Yeah.
leg press can stay in there
Absolutely.
for 6 to 8 months straight.
100%.
Okay.
You change the rep schemes, you
Yep.
change the position of it in your workout,
Yep.
go from starting into the workout to finishing the workout. You can change tempo on it. If you're not generally progressing over that period, ditch it.
Yep.
Yep.
Okay. Cool. That's I learned something new.
There you go.
All right. Training with soft tissue injuries. Should someone still train the muscle? What precautions to take while training? What intensity?
Soft tissue injuries.
Yep.
That's a tough one.
Depends on the
Depends on
severity.
the person and the type of injury, I guess. Initially, if you've injured something, you want to give it some rest, let the inflammation die down or reduce, I guess. Cold packs initially to start with, then hot after that. And as far as training goes, I wouldn't be going back to training until you actually feel comfortable in that movement. There's always ways to go back to training and not do that movement, so you can work around it.
Yep.
You just have to go on how you feel. Like depending on a muscle tear, you're looking at like 4 to 6 weeks possibly.
Yep.
And then you'd be coming back very light and slowly building from there. So you wouldn't be going straight back into what you're lifting before. That's just suicide.
So just work around it until
Yeah.
time comes to
Work
jump
around
back
it.
in.
Yeah, absolutely. Yep.
All right,
100%.
Last question. How do you get rid of loose skin around your stomach? This is for people that have lost a lot of weight. And bat wings or tricep chicken wings.
Oh,
Yeah, the old flappies.
well, hats off to those people that lost that weight straight away. That's amazing work. But unfortunately, there is the side effect of loose skin when you drop a lot of weight. And the only thing that is out there is, unfortunately, surgery. So it is an unfortunate side effect of putting in the hard work, losing all that body weight, feeling good, feeling fit, and then you're left with all this extra loose skin, and it doesn't look nice. You know what I mean? So the only other thing to do is get surgery, get that loose skin cut out, and then move on. Yeah.
How does that affect, I guess, performance long term? With say, getting rid of the arm skin.
Usually,
excess skin.
recovery wise, it's normally pretty quick. Depending on obviously how much you get done. I'm not an expert on it by any means, but I've seen a lot of clients come back fairly quickly. About the 2 month, 3 month mark. Back in the gym, full range of motion. As long as you're doing a proper rehab work, everything should be sweet.
The final part of that is, have you had any comp rep clients that have actually had that surgery and gone on stage and I guess been confident or more confident because of the surgery, or does it actually hinder that sort of bodybuilding level?
I haven't had clients that have gone on and had the surgery. I've had clients that have gone on without having the surgery. And there are ways of hiding that excess skin on stage. But as far as moving on afterwards and training afterwards, not comp rep clients, but general pop clients, absolutely. They come back into the gym, straight back into it. No issues really, to be honest. A little bit of tightness here and there, depending on where the injury is, but over time it does loosen up and you're able to be at full movement. So
sweet. All right. Well, I think that's the bunch of questions that I've constantly been asked over time.
Awesome.
And thanks for your big help on the questions.
That's all right, mate.
And I hope everyone gets an answer that they need.
Sweet.
Thank you.